Hello, welcome back. Okay, so now in this video, I am going to do new things here in the code. But there is something that I forgot. Usually, what people do, if you get code from ChatGPT or from online, they do const here before the data type. Why do they do this? They do this to prevent modifying the object that we are sending here, which is n2. So if we don't do this and we pass by reference, in this case, we are going to pass a reference to the function, and this is better in terms of performance, but still it's dangerous because we might change the original data. This is why we need to use const. Okay, so this is for that, and now I want to explain something that's really important. Now, what I am doing here, I am adding two objects to each other. Okay? Now, what if I delete n2 and I do, for example, 15? Okay? As a number. Now, if I save and then I compile my code, do you think it will work? Would the compiler know that here, like, I'm not passing an object, but here I'm expecting an object, but would the compiler know? Would I get 10 and 15, 25? Would I get 25? Let me see. And yes, I got 25. This is one of the things that I discovered while I was doing some practice. So by default, the compiler know that this is an integer and this is an object, and it's going to create an object and fill it with the 15 and make it this one. Okay, and this is how it is something like this. Number obj, and then it will give it 15. It is something like this, but you don't really need to worry about the details. It is very subtle detail. Just forget about it. But like basically, if the number on the right hand, they call it right-handed operator, or right-handed, sorry, it will work. But what if I do the opposite? Okay, let me go back, Control Z. What if I do the opposite? If here I do 10, so 10 with n2, which is 5, I should get 15, right? But now I'm getting a warning. See, no operator plus matches those operands, okay? Which means the compiler doesn't know. Now, before I say why it won't work this way, I want you to think from the previous videos, if you have seen them, why is that? Did you guess it? Okay. So basically, here, what I said or what I read and I understood that the object on the left side is the one who is calling or triggering this function. But now I do not have an object here. I have a number. So this is an integer. This integer by itself cannot call this function because it's not an object, but rather the other way around. But do we have a solution for this? Actually, we do have a solution for this, which is what? It's a friend function. This is one of the usage of friend functions. We can make a friend function that expect an integer on the left side and an object on the right side. First of all, let me do it. A function, it return number, okay, of course number, and then operator. No, I don't know how to write operator, and then here inside this parameter list I do integer, and then let me give it x, whatever, and then here the other one is the object, which means this one. Imagine it this one. This 10 is going to be x and this n2 is going to be object. I'm passing them when I do this. Okay, what I miss here is the plus. Okay, and then inside it, what I am going to do is I need a temporary object as well. So I do number and then temp, and now guess what? Temp dot n will equal what? Will equal x, because this is the number, and then plus opt dot n. Okay, this is what I'm going to receive. Now it shows an error for some reason, but I think because I need to make it a friend function first. Now let me copy the signature, or the prototype, sorry, here. It would look the same, but first I need to make it friend. Okay, so now it's a friend function. Friend is undefined. Okay, I think it's maybe small f, friend, like this. Oh yeah, it is. Now how the compiler would know, do I mean this one or I mean this one? Of course, this is something called function overloading we have taken before. They are the same, they are using plus for both, but this is a friend function, first of all. Second, the signature is different. Here, this function is receiving an object, number, which is obj, and then the other one is receiving an integer, an object. So the signature is different. So as long as the signature is different, then they will be different for the compiler, right? But first of all, let me check if I am putting the friend function outside. Yes, this is my function. Okay, now if you can notice, the error now is gone. Yeah, and now let me save and check. Okay, so let me compile it. I'm getting an error again. Non-void function doesn't return. Okay, I'll keep doing the same mistake. Now here inside this function, what I need to do, I need to return temp, sorry. So return temp. And why we are returning temp? Because now 10 and then n2, if I have the integer on the left side, I'm triggering this function. Now inside this function, I'm creating a temporary object, and then this temporary object, temp.n, is going to hold the addition value. Like here, I'm passing 10, which is this 10. This 10 is going to be x. And then the object, which is n2, which is holding n, which is 5. So I'm passing both of them here. And then I'm storing them in temp, and then I need to return temp. Why? Because out of this, I need a value back. What value back? I need an object, because this is an object data type, this is not an integer. So now I'm returning it back, and then I'm storing it in result. So now, if I want to compile, now it should work. Of course. Okay, so now as you can see, 10 with 5 is 15. Now let me try, for example, what? Let's say 20 with 5 should return 25. Okay, so now we have 25. Yeah, so as a recap for this video, I don't want to make videos long, but like the previous one was long somehow, because there is a lot of details here in the overloading function. To be honest, like I spent some time trying to understand it. There's more and more details. So far what we have done, we discovered that we can make a use of a friend function if the left side of the addition is an integer and the right side is an object. So in this case, we need to trigger a friend function to make it do the work for us, because the left side is the object that always is going to call the overloaded operated function. So in this case, we cannot trigger this function inside the class. So we need a friend function, an alternative for it. And yeah, so this is how we do it and call it. Again, if we want, we can do this const, and then we make the and. So we make it pass by a reference, so we get a better for performance. Now I'm getting why I'm getting this error. Wait, number declared. Yeah, of course. If I do this here in the function, I need to do this in the signature as well. So I need to make this const, and then and see, while I'm doing this, I'm discovering new things as well. So like I don't know them all the time or from the start. See, the error now is gone. Yeah, so basically this is for now. In the next video, I will build upon the same code. So if you understand the previous code, you will accumulate your knowledge upon this code, okay? Yeah, so see you in the next video.